Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The title of our study is Investigating the Factor Affecting the Level of Awareness of Faraid Concept among UMK Students. The reason why we chose this title is because usually people does not aware about this issue. Some people tend to search about Faraid when something bad happen to someone near to them. Other than that, we choose this because we want to fix the misunderstanding of the Faraid concept and make people become more clear about it.
Assalamualaikum and hello to Honorable Panel, Madam Puan dan Farahia binti Azmi and our supervisor, Dr. Ahmad Ridwan bin Abdullah. My name is Syahdatul Amira binti Zandre, A17A0642. Today, we would like to present our research about investigating the factor affecting the level of awareness of Faraid concept among University Malaysia Kelantan students. First, I'm going to present background of the study. Faraid is a way to distribute the inheritance heirs who are still alive. Faraid is the essential elements of Sharia law that provide a rule of set that outlined in Surah An-Nisa verse 11, 12 and 176. The research aims to investigate the factor affecting the level of awareness among University Malaysia Kelantan students. The population choose is among UMK students because not all students study syllabus of Faraid at university, while Islamic banking students are also given the choice to take the subject or not. The case of Faraid that often occur nowadays due to the lack of knowledge of Faraid. It is appropriate to conduct this study to examine the factors that have an impact on the lack of awareness. Coming to the problem statement is the report from the start in 206 that is credible 1 million inherited claim that worth more than 38 million that are still frozen and the amount rose annually. Most of the assets come from real property such as house and land. Next, from Harian Metro 2020, reported about the understanding of the family member regarding to the division of the wealth. Most of the family members do not understand the concept of the real process. Move to research question. First, to what degree the level of student knowledge will affect the level of awareness of Faraid concept among University Malaysia Kelantan students? Second, to what extent the religion perspective will affect the level of awareness of Faraid among the University Malaysia Kelantan students? Third, to what extent the past experience give impacts toward the level of awareness of Faraid concept among University Malaysia Kelantan students? Our research objective is to study the knowledge about Faraid among University Malaysia Kelantan students. Second, to identify the religion perspective towards Faraid concept among University Malaysia Kelantan students. And third, to examine the impact of past experience towards Faraid concept among University Malaysia Kelantan students.
Good day wishes to my supervisor and my panel. Me, myself, Shanta Radhav Chandran, with the metric number A17A0645, would like to present to you my final year project presentation, which entitled Investigating the Factor Affecting the Level of Awareness of Faraid Concept among University Malaysia Kelantan students. Let's move on to the part of scope of the studies. The study is mainly limited to the Pengkalan Cempa Kelantan location only, and this study focuses on undergraduate students from year 1, 2, 3 of University Malaysia Kelantan campus quarter. This research is also focused on the student who is unknowledgeable about Islamic inheritance, which is called Faraid. Here is the next part, which is underlying theory. Based on the numerous recent cases of Faraid, most of the University Malaysia students did not know what is the importance of learning Faraid in the future. Demonstrated evidence that majority did not understand the implication of faraid. In accordance to faraid, and many more are not aware that will is against Islamic teaching and that will encourage to Islam.
We will look into the independent variable and dependent variable of this research. The dependent variable, which is the level of awareness of faraid concept. According to Rosman and Abdul Razak in the year 2008, found out that the level of awareness among the Muslim community are very shallow due to some technological advances. Most of them does not know about the implication of the division of wealth by faraid, and they does not know that this is a very wrong thing, that they should write a will are encouraged in Islam. Other than that, according to Omar in 2008, found out that information from existing source indicate that a general awareness of wahiyah practice among Muslims in Malaysia are not very encouraging. Today, in the modern world, leaving a written will is a crucial thing. Moving on to the part of independent variable. Independent variable, there are three independent variables in our research, which is knowledge, past experience, religious perspective. We will see the knowledge first. Knowledge about faraid concept is not something that is taught in a school or the student learn by themselves. There are many sources that helps to give knowledge about faraid concept. First of all is the knowledge that the parents of the student that teach them about the faraid concept. This resulted to the students have a basic knowledge of faraid, and they knows what to do when something happens to their parents. Following on is they get the knowledge from the environment around them, which is from the case of a disease celebrity. The second independent variable, which is past experience. Through past experience, somebody could learn something that's not even taught in school or universities. According to most of them, will have the experience that related to the faraid. Either it happens to your parents or to someone close with. By having the past experience, they knows the process and the step of doing faraid. This is the third independent variable, which is religious perspective. This religious perspective of faraid concept is differentiated into two terms, which is by Hindu and by Muslim. According to Hindu, inheritance rights resided is not based on the individual person, but it's based on the family lines. Each son in the family represents the family lines, and if the son is not alive, the wealth is completely passed to the grandson. This shows that the wealth will be passed to the male family lines, and the female will not gain anything. Based on the Muslim, the inheritance has been decided by the Islamic law. Compared to Hindu, the inheritance rights resided is based on the individual person. Each person has their own division person. But all of the beneficiaries will gain the wealth, including the women. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Khadijah binti Malim Syamsuddin. My matric number is A170667. I would like to continue the presentation. In this study, it is important to test whether the variable have significant relationship with the level of awareness of faraid concept among UMK students. Therefore, this study attempt to test the following hypothesis. First, there is a significant positive relationship between the knowledge and the level of awareness of faraid concept among UMK students. Second, there is a significant positive relationship between the religion perspective and the level of awareness of faraid concept among UMK students. Third, there is a significant positive relationship between the past experience and the level of awareness of varied concept among UMK students. Let me start with research design. Research design is the framework for a study that is referring as a guide for data collection and analysis. A significant decision in research design process is the choice to be made and determine how relevant the information for our study will be obtained. In this study, we use quantitative approach to get the data from the respondent, where quantitative approach tend to be more fit. We use descriptive research design so that a questionnaire is applied in this study. This method can obtain the result that statistically and a good tool for protection of respondent privacy. Let's now turn to the data resources. For this study, the information will be collected by primary data. Primary data is collected firsthand by a researcher. The sources of primary data is through questionnaire. The required information is obtained by sending a questionnaire to a selected respondent of UMK student to get the information how far their knowledge on varied concept. I would like to move on to the next part, which is methodology. This chapter explains the technical process to be used in the research involving collection of data, method of analysis, and statistical tools about this study. We will gather the data to obtain information and detail regarding to the study, which is to investigate the factor that affecting the level of awareness of varied concept among UMK students.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ppta binti Muhammad Jafri. My matric number is A17A0647. I will continue to present the item in chapter 3, which is population and sample, sampling method, and procedure analysis. Okay, first of all, for population and sample. Okay, population is the total number of units for which the data can be collected. And for sample size can be determined by using the rules of thumb, which is 10 subject per variable or 20 subject per variable. Okay, for this study, the amount of subject that we use is 10 subject per variable, and the total of variable that we have is 3 variable. So, the minimum number of sample size is 30 respondents. Okay, next we will move to sampling method. Okay, the method that we use for this study is convenience method, or known as availability sampling. This method is a specific type of non-probability sampling method where the sample is taken from a group of people that are easy to approach. Okay, the advantage of this method is it is relative cost and time required to carry out the sample is small compared to the probability sampling. Okay, the criteria for this method is people that are available and willing to take part in the study. Okay, lastly, we will go to procedure analysis. Okay, there are 3 data analysis that our group use, which is reliability analysis, descriptive analysis, and Pearson correlation analysis. Okay, for reliability analysis, the meaning of reliability analysis is related to the consistency of a measure. A good measurement tool must be simple and effective to utilize without many difficulties along with it. Next, we will go to descriptive analysis. Descriptive analysis is to analyze the finding that regarding to demographic of the respondent. Okay, descriptive use frequency and percentage to examine the profile of the respondent. And lastly is Pearson correlation analysis. Pearson correlation analysis is the most commonly used measure of finding correlation between 2 or more variables. A correlation exists between 2 variables when one of them is related to the other some way. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you.